Hello, it's another week, another Thursday, and you're listening to, watching The Parenting Business, the podcast for parents and business owners, where Ben and myself kind of chat about all of the different goings on that we face, the challenges we go through, the highs, the lows, the questions we get asked, the questions that we ask, and then generally have a bit of a rant at each other on occasion. Before we get into the main show, don't forget to follow us on Spotify or wherever you listen. Do also feel free to get in touch with your stories or top tips about how you balance your parenting business. You can either leave us a comment or drop us an email at podcast@parentingbusiness.com. Also, if you like what you hear, please share the podcast with other parents and business owners to help us kind of share the support. And also, please do leave us a 5-star review on whatever platform you listen to us or watch us on. And with that, let's get on with this week's show. Benjamin.
Greetings. That was a pretty good intro this week. There was no stuttering, no getting lost for words. You had your teeth in.
I know, I did.
We might have just had the weekly highlight.
My weekly highlight that I managed to I didn't even use a script on that one particularly.
Didn't you?
No, I winged it.
You were free flowing.
I was.
No auto cue like the new Prime Minister.
Vibing.
Yeah, vibing. Like it.
Oh dear. How's your week going?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah?
Yeah, lots of positives on the whole.
Yeah, I like it.
Shall I get into it? Shall I go first?
Go on then.
Go first then. I've actually got two. I'm gonna break all the rules and have two highs.
Okay.
Nice easy one is yesterday was my little boy's birthday.
Hooray!
So at the weekend, yeah, we've had quite a bit of cake. At the weekend was his little party.
Oh, you finished sugar-free, haven't you?
Oh, I'm not doing sugar-free this month. So 2-year-old, so element of what do you do to plan 2-year-old? There were no party games or anything. We just brought a load of his toys out, rented out the church hall. Given the weather was so nice, we did it all outside. So
Nice.
we had probably, 8 or 9 of his friends from nursery and a bit of family round, and just played with toys. Had a bit of a standard buffet lunch, slice of cake, and bog it off again. So that was nice. It was lovely.
Yeah, that sounds
So that's
good.
the first one. Yeah, it's good.
That sounds good. Nice family one.
Nice family one. And the thing is, with all the nursery parents, you don't really know anybody, so it was nice to meet a few parents. You just ask the nursery teacher who was he mates with, and it's like, well, these energetic monsters are who he hangs around with most. So let's invite them. So no, it was nice. It was a lovely couple of hours. There's always that little element of whether we mean to or not, we kind of judge each other. Some of us with inferiority complexes try and do it to make themselves feel better. Others just like to get a sense and a feel for everybody else around and how we're all going to get on. But there was an element of that to be aware of in my mind, but not for much, because in effect we didn't really do anything. I mean, I personally did nothing, but
did you leave it all to your good wife again?
Sod all. Well, it's done in a competent manner that way, isn't it? So I just put my trousers on the right way around, do as I'm told, and look happy about it. But it went well. It was good. It was very good. So it don't need me cocking anything up, and it just went really nice. So yeah, nice. That was lovely. The other thing is, on Friday, towards the end of last week, my twins had their first full trial day at school.
Brilliant. That's a proper good moment, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. And we know what class they're going to be in, and they were in their classes. Now, regular listeners might know one of my girls is slightly on the spectrum. Nothing major, but there's an element of familiarity, routine, plans, who's who. And she went into a class where she didn't know anybody. So when I picked them both up at the end, I had one twin come out grinning like there's no tomorrow, so excited, couldn't tell me quick enough what a great day she'd had. And the other came out a little bit sheepish, and had a boy was I for it when she emotionally got it off her chest, so to speak. So she'd released. So she'd struggled a bit, but she'd kind of done what we try and drilling's the wrong word, but some days are going to be tough. You've got to suck it up, do your best. And my second high for this week was just a proud moment of she struggled, she sucked it up, she did her best, she coped. That's what she's going to have through her whole life, same as everybody else. So I'm proud of just how she knuckled down. Because it
Absolutely.
could have gone the other
That's
way.
awesome.
She could have tantrumed and then not made any friends.
Yes.
Yeah. The fact it was, why are we walking, Daddy? I don't want to walk back. Well, because I've walked down. It's only terrace. Why are we crossing the road here? Fucking absolutely everything. But that was her release, and I'm happy
So she unloaded,
She
onto
unloaded.
you.
She had a good couple of hours unloading and slept like a log.
Yeah, I bet she was shattered.
Very. So, yeah, very, very proud moment. And if she can cope with things like that through life, she'll cope with anything. We just need to keep pushing those boundaries little bit by little bit by little bit. And happy. One twin absolutely loved it. Can't wait to go back. The other twin, maybe not quite so much, but coped, did well. And she's looking forward to going back. She's not kicking off about it, but she'll have another few tough days till she gets settled, routine. These people are my friends, and then we'll be all right.
I think as a parent, or my feeling as a parent, is that one of the greatest things you can teach your children and encouraging your children is the development of resilience.
Yes.
And I think that shows it. Resilience against everything, against new experiences, against disappointment, against everything in life. I think resilience is the best gift you can teach your child.
And enthusiasm. But resilience is, there's a saying in the business world, get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And if you can't be uncomfortable, don't bother working for yourself. And it's just along those lines. She needs to learn to be okay at being in an uncomfortable situation. And
totally.
if she can do that, she'll improve as a person every single day for the rest of her life. So
yeah, brilliant.
That's what we're trying to drill in. So they're my highs. There's kind of twofold there. One's a short-term happy day, and the other one's a well done you for knuckling down, sticking it out.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud because I've seen it before, don't get me wrong, but that would have been all day, not just a brief hour somewhere.
Yes.
That would have been tough, I think. So
I think it's a lot for any 4-year-old.
It's a lot for any 4-year-old.
Starting school is a big change, and it's going on to full days of things every day. And yeah, it's a lot. And it's I think I said to you, was it sometime around January or even in the run up to Christmas, you'll see it. You'll see how tired that they get by Christmas after they've done kind of their first full term, because it's a huge amount for a 4-year-old, that first term. And it's great that they've had a good first day, a good first full taster day, if you like.
So yeah,
so awesome.
They're my highs.
I like it. I like it. Come on then, talk to me about your lows.
I'm going to make you and the vast majority of listeners have the same expression, as this is a business owners podcast.
Yeah.
My low, customers.
Now, yes, I can understand that business owners listening to this podcast have just laughed exactly the same as I've done.
Very similar. Yeah, just with a smile on your face.
Talk to me about customers then, and why this week.
One of our biggest customers, the manager gets in touch. So how quick can you do this product? And I said, well, we normally aim to do everything for you in 10 days. And you're not asking for 1, you're asking for 3. And they're quite big products here. I'm likely to be a fortnight. Can you fast track it any sooner? I said, honestly, the amount of labour in those, I can't promise anything. We'll try, and we'll try and do this and blah, blah, blah. The guys are already on overtime and Saturdays. And I said, look, you can't just, every now and then you spring something like this on me and it's got to be done ASAP. But that's one product that takes 6 or 7 hours. This order's a full week for somebody and you want it in 10 days. I mean, and she says, I'll level with you. Our customers just rang and asked if everything's all right with his order that's needed to go out this time next week. And it's not on our system. They ordered it with the boss on the 10th of June. And it's like,
okay.
For fuck's sake, it's the bloody 13th or 14th or whatever day it was last week. Right.
Yeah.
Now, this guy is one of our best customers, and actually, when things went horribly wrong for us, he had more faith in me at that point than I did. You know, I think I spoke about it on this podcast
Yes.
before.
Yeah.
I went into his office I've failed, I've fucked up, I'm going to let you down. He went, don't worry about it, mate. Happens to the best of us. Happened to me. Here's what you need to do ASAP. By the way, here's 14 grand's worth of orders. Figure it out. I'm off to New York, sort of thing, on holiday with the kids. Right. He had more faith in me than I did. I you know, I'd have been okay without him, but with him, it was that big confidence booster a bit. And he's always been, we've been good to each other, to be fair, is how I'd word it. But, yeah, he's fucked up there, the bastard, and caused me some grief. And then I move on to other customers, which again, I'll keep these nameless, although I did consider otherwise. But, so there's another one, and I mentioned this, they went bust on us about 3 weeks ago, but with orders required. And they set back up, and in the whole setting up, they caused about 3 weeks worth of delay to things we quoted a while ago. Right? So that all comes through, need it ASAP. Now, I was going to farm these products out to another firm because it's not one of the 5 things we're quick and efficient at. We'll let someone else do it. So it might be better than us, to be fair, and generally do things quicker, and we can focus on our strengths. However, that firm in question couldn't do them in the time. So I've got a bit of a reputation for pulling things out of the bag for people. That's part of the reason they stay loyal to a large degree. And I just went, I'll make it myself. And I did, but it was a massive fucking ball ache. And this customer in question was 3 times a day. Is it ready yet? Is it ready yet? Is it ready yet? I says, whoa, you've given me 4 days here after going bust on me for, it's only about 200 quid, but after going bust on me for a bit. So thank you for your offer to pay up front. When you take a fortnight to pay me, so I don't start for a fortnight, now you want it in 4 days.
Yeah, I agree, and
I'm
know...
not finished. There's
oh
another
my
one.
word, you got another one?
No, God, yeah, all the dickheads have come in the same week. So that's not fair. I've some lovely customers. We were meant to do a job for somebody last week, but they ballsed up the cutting. Happens to everybody. Happens to all of us, right? So then this week, it comes back. Yeah, I'm so fucking hell. I'm sorry to chuck this on you last minute, and done as best, right? So you sort of drop everything, sort that out a bit, as well as the other 2 fucking ball aches that's come this week. And we sets on that, and the guys come up to me. It's not sitting right. We can't fucking get it right. That's okay. Well, we sampled it, we templated it, we did everything. Here's the operating procedures. Boom, 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 boom. There's everything. Do another one, follow them steps. Says, no, can't fucking get it right. So this is like a couple of hours later after I dipped about trying to figure it out. This is okay, scrap off the procedures that we've previously written. Obviously something's not right. Start again. So there's another hour dicking about how to put it together, how to design, blah. So there's a morning gone. And bear in mind, we're late with other people as well. And then it's, do it like this, it works. Cool. Checks with customer, fine. Do it like that. Blah. Sound. And then 3/4 of the way through the batch, one of the staff comes along. Says, you know the issue? What they've cut for us ain't quite big enough. It's 10 mil short. That's why we can't fit it in, and it's fucking up in every corner. So, fuck's sake, speaks to the customer, and do you know what he said? Oh, I've changed it to make it tighter. And because it's tighter now, I've got half a day's labour and a load of fuck-ups that have pissed everybody off. So, 1, 2, 3, fucking customers are my low of the week. Not the staff this time. My staff have been fucking brilliant. Not a car, not a roofer. For the first time in, 7 months of doing this, fucking customers who I'll remain nameless.
I'm gonna hold my hands up. I am customer number 3.
You are customer number 3? Yes.
So, in my defence,
isn't it? Come on down.
There's 2 things in my defence on that one.
Go on.
There's 2 things in my defence on that one.
Don't you blame your staff.
No,
your staff fuck up. It's still your fault.
I'm not blaming my staff. So I made a template based on on a product that you'd previously templated, but hadn't recognized that the size of the foam insert going into it was now bigger. So hadn't done that, where it was now 10 mil bigger.
It was.
But, however, the other thing in my slight defence was the fact that
Being
you
no,
and
no,
I,
not doing other thing in a slight defence. Being a dozy bastard isn't a defence. Come on.
Okay, the thing in my slight defence then is you and I, with one of your members of staff, made a sample or started to put together a sample the week before this job.
Yep.
Using exactly that size foam. Yeah. And the new template.
Who cut it?
Which did seem to go together okay. We both went, yeah, that looks all right. It seems to go together okay. So in my defence, the week before, when we'd sampled it on the same template, it did seem to work, despite my fuck-up around the measurements.
Anyway,
what I will say...
Doesn't matter, does it? There's no harm done.
What I will say is I do appreciate the fact that you really pulled it out the bag with them.
No, we pull it out the bag for everybody. It's not just you. We try and pull it out the bag for everybody.
Yeah, but I massively appreciate it, and that is...
We've got an evening shift. We've got guys starting at 4 a.m, and Saturdays we're pulling it out of the bag for a few people at the minute.
Yeah, no, and I do really appreciate it, because that's a new, potentially very big customer for me.
Yeah.
Which hopefully also, because as we know, and we probably don't talk about it a lot, we do push work back and forwards to support each other in business, because we work we work in a very similar field, and we have different in that similar field. We have different areas of expertise.
What's your area of expertise then?
Oh, I don't know. Fucking things.
No, me either. What did I put on my bill?
No. As companies, we have different areas of expertise.
Didn't I bill you for working with an incompetent imbecile?
Yeah.
I did credit it off, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm glad you credited it off, because you would have had one hell of a VAT bill for that.
Yeah, I forget what I charged now, but
I think
anyway.
it was only 10 grand.
No, it was more than that.
It wasn't that bad.
It was 10.5 million, wasn't it? with an offer to pay in instalments.
Pay in instalments, £1 a week.
Something like that. I've got something like that. Anyway, it doesn't matter, does it? Your turn. Come on. Can you beat customers as you low?
No. And the reason I say that is I'm actually gonna double down on your multiple things.
Oh, good. This episode's going to drag on for everybody.
You said you got.
We've already peaked at the intro.
I'm gonna start with my lows, actually.
Yeah, go on.
So my lows it's just been a chaotic week. I mean, we've spoke to each other a lot. It
hasn't been a chaotic week for you, has it? You've passed all your shit on to me. Come on.
No, I've passed a very small amount of my shit on to you. It's been such a chaotic week, partly linked to one of my highs, which is coming up.
Okay.
And I'm going to offer the listeners a really good deal as well. Hey. So yeah, it's been a tiring, chaotic week. My head's been all over the place, running around trying to get jobs done, trying to, do this, that, and the other. And then the other thing, I've been trying to find extra storage space for something I'll come on into, another project that I'll come on to in a minute. Unfortunately, I've managed to sort it today, right at the 11th hour. But could I find container storage? Just general cheap storage. I only wanted, a 20-foot container or a 40-foot container, just to put some extra stock and equipment in and bits and pieces. You phone around places. No, we're full. We might have something in a week or two, because some people only rent them for a month. Some people rent them long term. We've got no idea, though. What do you mean you've got no idea? Well, people only have to give us a week or 2 weeks notice. Okay. And I was phoning around everywhere local. Now, I did manage to solve the issue. I managed to find a container storage place that's owned by a national company that hasn't even opened yet. Well, technically it's open. It's not finished. Technically they are renting out containers. But I phoned them and I have rented their first container. We are container number 1
You are
on the
customer
site.
number 1.
We are, for that site, we are to the point that when I phoned to rent the container, she actually said, I'm trying to book a container out to you, but that site isn't even on our system yet. So she had to go and get somebody to put it onto the system to then rent me container number 1. So I have a container from 9 a.m. tomorrow morning.
And you've done it, have you? Because you can probably fit a container full of stuff on the mezzanine above our canteen.
Yeah, no, I've done it.
Fair enough.
I've done it. And it's literally it's just down the road from my house. So It's dead easy. So that's really good. But it's, yeah. Container storage, I'll tell you what, if someone wants a new business venture, it's a bit of a lot. Don't get me wrong, it's a long-term investment because you could buy all the containers and put the security in. There's a fair few setup costs. But you know what? That's a license to print money. Containers are full everywhere. And people just keep wanting storage containers. And a storage container, 20-foot container, £100 a month plus the VAT for a 20-foot by 8 foot by 8 foot or 8 and a bit foot storage container. You know what? I'll do that with 24-hour access on a high security site with cameras, with, electronic access gates. You know what? But of course, you stick 40 or 50 containers on site. That's quite a decent turnover.
£1,200 a year per container.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. A container is a brand new, good quality container is going to cost you maybe £2,000. So you're not going to make your money back in the first year, but 3 years down the line, you've got a whole load of containers that are still worth something, still have a value, and you're into effectively just profit. So anyhow, it's been tiring, but it's been worth it. So that's my lows. Highs, you know what? I've got so many, it's untrue this week. It's been such a good past week. So, lovely family day. Took the family to Alton Towers on Sunday, which I got free tickets to from being a Sky customer and entering their prize draw. So far this year, I've got free tickets to Alton Towers, Chessington World of Adventure, Cadbury World. So I'll take that for putting my name into a ballot. So we did the Alton Towers one. So I had to pay for parking, which was a tenner or whatever it was. I can cope with that. So that was a really nice day. Big bonus. So my bonus daughter, which is my partner's daughter. See, I call them. I don't call myself a stepdad. I call myself a bonus dad.
Yeah, okay. That's I get
for
the
my
logic
daughter,
behind that. Yeah,
and for my daughter, it's my partner is her bonus mum. She's not a mum. She's not a stepmum. She's a bonus mum.
Yep. Okay.
I'll do a positive. So she started a brand new job yesterday, where I had to drive her 180 miles to get there.
Okay.
So yeah, that's quite challenging. But
bit of a commute.
Yeah, hell of a commute. Yeah, the fact I'm having to take her up every day. No, really good living job on a holiday site for Haven.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of how I started doing sports coaching and this and the other.
I went different Haven, but I went to Haven last week. Yeah, they're all right.
They are all right. They are all right. So yeah, that's quite cool. She's apprehensive, but I'm so proud that she's taken the leap and got herself into a job. She's only just finished college, so she's gone straight into work. And that was kind of a really proud moment, actually dropping her off. So that was good. We're steady busy, but I think the biggest news as a business owner is the fact that last week I bought a new business.
You're a multiple business owner again.
I am now a multiple business owner again. So I've kind of gone back to what I used to do a little bit. So I used to work in outdoor sales. and outdoor equipment and that sort of thing. So I have bought a lifestyle clothing company that's been around for 10 years. It's, it's doing all right. And it's called It's a Dog's Life. Great. Got trademark, got
Yes,
everything.
it's a good name. Yeah.
So, it's got a registered trademark, has done for 10 years. It's got another 9 years on this current one, and which we can just extend. Really nice logo, really nice following. I've spoken to a few people about it already. And oddly, people have said, oh, I've got one of those. So it's printed T-shirts, hoodies, that sort of stuff, quite comical. If listeners are interested, they just need to go to its-adogslife.co.uk. And as a little bonus, if they want to buy something, which I'm sure they will do because we've got T-shirts, hoodies, caps, beanies, belts. If you use the discount code parent10, parent and then the number 10, you get 10% off your order. There you go.
Is that the deal for the listeners that you were on about?
That's the deal. That's the deal for the listeners.
I'm sure they've just fell over in astonishment.
Hey, look! Don't say we don't give you anything. Well, certainly I don't.
I don't. No, I don't.
Usually, I'm just giving people a headache.
Yeah.
So yes, it's-adogslife.co.uk. I'll give it another shameless plug.
Give it another shameless plug. Give it a shameless plug as often as you like. It's your
we've got some
brand. It's your show.
Great T-shirts. We've got some very humorous T-shirts, all kind of dog related. And yes, if you use the code parent10 at checkout, you get 10% off.
Very good. No, I like it. You told me about this last week, and I had a little nosy. I do quite like it. The only thing, Confucius once said, "He who chases two birds catches neither."
I understand that.
Be careful on not losing focus and fucking up two things. But with that in mind, put that to one side. Good for you, and best of luck with it all.
And I've been told before, you have to stay focused on and not, overshoot one for the detriment of the other, and don't just keep chasing shiny things. And it's going to take some managing. It was a bit of a shock, hence looking for this urgent container to have 14,000 units of product turn up.
Yeah.
And think in my factory, where the hell am I going to put them all? Fortunately, I've managed to find a container, and they all go into all of the overstock goes into the container tomorrow. So we'll be back clear after less than a week. So it's good. It's good. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm excited because it's kind of a little bit going back to what I used to do: outdoor clothing, outdoor lifestyle brands. So good
for you.
Right, I think we've done that bit to death of it. So I think it's now time for the big question. Now, I flipped it this week.
But you're doing it this week.
I told you before, I'm doing it, but I want to flip it even more.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you that you can also ask your children. I'm going to ask my children as well. And I think we need to report back next week.
We can report back next week. Go on, what you got?
And listeners, do report back to us if you ask your children, whether your child is 2, 22, whatever. Ask them this question and let's see the responses that we get. If you had to eat a crayon, what colour would you choose?
So you're basically just asking for people's favourite colour?
No, if you had to eat a crayon.
No, I know, but
why?
My 4-year-old's just going to go, well, I like red, so well.
Okay, but why? Is it because the red one might taste of strawberry?
They're 4, not retarded. And they know it's not going to taste of strawberry. I think you're the only one. You're the only one who needs to learn that one.
You do realise that you now get scented. Have you not seen scented felt tips and everything now?
No. Where do you go shopping? Scented felt tips.
Yeah, you get felt tips that smell of fruits.
Why?
I bet if you ask your wife, she's heard of scented felt tips.
Well, she's probably got some somewhere. But why?
She probably has.
Why on earth would you need
Because they're
smelly
fun for
crayons.
Kids. You are such a bar humbug.
Completely.
I'm not spending the extra money to
All
get
right.
the ones that smell.
I'll ask that. And
So
they'll
if
probably
you
say,
had to eat a crayon, what colour would you choose? What colour would you choose and why?
well, I think I know the answer.
Go on then. Give me
Stuart's
your
a
answer.
moron. Why are you asking me that? Well, I've got a bonus question, actually. I've got a bonus question.
Go on then.
And we try not to do politics on this show.
Mm.
But the political question of the day, obviously, with a new prime minister this week, and we're all on tenterhooks with what he's going to fuck up and how quickly. So we
Hold
have.
on. Before you go into that, he has just removed VAT on energy, so that might save me a whole £5 a month.
It's just, yeah,
What did he
literally, I think it's saving the average house £45 a year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a step in the right direction, pretty small step, but it's a positive, right? So we'll take the take the win as the positive, right? So something I was wondering is also brought back the former housing secretary who resigned for not paying the right taxes on a house she sold. So she resigned had to resign. What's the right words here? Help me a little bit. She had to resign, humiliated, resign because of wrongdoing.
She was encouraged
to resign because she'd broken the law, frankly, albeit mistakenly or didn't realise. I fully concede. So one of the first things there is to bring her back. So the housing secretary, who doesn't understand housing taxes, is now back in charge of housing. And the thing that's niggling me a little bit is the convicted fraudster has been stripped of oversight of the fraud office. And why is a convicted fraudster in cabinet, let alone initially in charge of the fraud office?
Well, she's picking up hints and tips.
She absolutely beggars belief, man.
Picking up hints and tips how to evade it better next time.
Well, it's
how to not get caught.
Absolutely ridiculous. So why is one okay and the other not?
Yeah.
But yeah, I had to read that headline a good 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
The fraud office. Why give her that role? Why? Anyway, yeah.
No, I think the bigger question is, Daddy, why is British politics in such a bad state?
Yeah, because, I get it. I think the recent crop aren't strong enough to stand up to the backbenchers.
Yeah.
Of the last couple, at least.
We usually steer clear a little bit of politics. Hold on, I do have one question for you, though.
Another one, go on.
So, we have a new Prime Minister.
Yes. 7th in 10 years.
Yeah, what do you think, though, he's going to do for or against small business?
Very little. I think the talk will be... the thing is, when you look at who most of the shadow cabinet are, and it's like this across a lot of parliamentarians, the career politicians who haven't been and done things. You go back 30 years on the Labour ventures, there was a lot of former managers, a lot of trade union people who'd been in the trade union movement for 20 years plus. They were used to running things, used to running people, used to running departments. Same on the Conservative benches. There was a lot of former self-employed people who had a career change and went into public service. When you look at the top team, how many have done something other than politics?
Yeah.
And that, I think, is the big problem. Regardless of where you are on the political spectrum and who you ideologically follow or find yourself, I think a severe lack of experience in anything other than a political career is holding us back to a large degree.
I absolutely agree.
What was the question? I've rambled on, but I've not answered the question.
Well, I'll come back to the question. I'm just going to say I absolutely agree with your comments on that, because I believe that the people running the country should be people that understand better how to run business, because effectively the country is just a big business. There's income, there's expenditure. You know, you're looking to find out how you can make a surplus. how you can balance the books, keep all of your people employed as far as possible, and keep your customers, the public, happy. So why are we not why are our top politicians not selected from business? Why are they career politicians? They're people that have just gone in to study politics.
And it doesn't have to be business. It could be
we
worked as. So, why isn't the person in charge of the science department a scientist?
Yes,
etc., etc., etc.
But don't get me wrong; they will have special advisors, but actually,
but they're fresh out of university and have done fuck all with their lives as well.
Yeah, but what I mean is, they might appoint people from business or from certain sectors as a special advisor. But why is that person not in charge?
Yeah. I mean, the current business secretary is the former business secretary who was found lying on his CV about having a job before politics. You know what I mean? I've met Johnny Reynolds. He's a very pleasant person. He's a nice guy. He's not a daft guy. But somebody who's been there and done it surely isn't too much to ask in the sector you are fulfilling.
Yeah,
surely.
Totally.
Regardless of what it is, when was the last education secretary a former teacher?
Yeah,
things
100%
like that.
agree.
Things like that.
100% agree.
Yeah, that's what I don't like. Anyway, what was the question?
So my question was, and I might change it slightly, was what do you think will change, if anything, for small business?
I don't think much is going to change. I think it's going to stay shit from a macroeconomic sense, because we have a incoming. So the national debt is getting close to £3 trillion at the minute, and we have a prime minister who's come in and says we're going to spend more.
Yes.
Well, business is hampered with high costs, high regulation, and high taxation. One of them three needs to give, preferably all three, but we need to start reducing all three. Unless they're going to reduce, they're certainly not going to reduce the taxes if they're going to spend more. They can't. What they're going to do on regulation to try and free up making things, building things. I read the other week, the taxpayer has just spent 250 million on planning permission for a tunnel. We've not started to build the fucking thing yet.
Yeah.
It's just planning permission. I mean, we're still not finished. Still only halfway through the bloody process.
No,
It's ridiculous, this country, how long things take, how bureaucratic we are. And I'm not suggesting let's just plough over the countryside and not give a toss about environment and animals and etc. Far from it. I'm in favour of doing as little harm as possible. But the fact it takes so long to get anything built, it's taking us 20 years. The most expensive nuclear power station is currently being built, Sizewell C, in the world ever, and the vast majority of the expenses to date is planning.
Yeah. But
Chinese would have had it built years ago. We've had 12 for 13 years or something like that now.
But the thing I would say with that is, and this is I think our other issue. We've got companies providing power for the UK and building those power stations and things that are owned by governments of other countries. So we're buying our electricity from companies where the profits are going to other countries. Why are we not doing that ourselves? Why are we not doing that in other countries where those profits are coming to our country? Other countries are being run more commercially than I think we are.
I don't disagree, but we've not just got on and built it.
No.
Like we could have done 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. And the other thing that pisses me off with energy, if we're on that subject, and I don't want to go off on a tangent too much, but we keep having bright ideas, we'll do that. And then before you've started building, you've not got through the planning process, another bright idea's come along. So we should build nuclear power stations. Let's all do this. 5 years later, you start to put a few spades in the ground. Hang on. What's fusion energy about? Stop what you're doing.
Yeah.
Fusion's the one. And then you get down the road with the fusion, you build the first prototype. Hang on, stop what you're doing. Hydrogen power is the best one for us. Fuck's sake, just get on with something, get it built. Today, 7.5% of our power has come from France, 4% Denmark, nearly 2% Belgium, and 4.7% has come from Norway. That's today.
Yeah.
Why?
But even the power that's generated in the UK, so EDF, who owns,
Yeah.
who is the major shareholder in EDF?
Yeah, the French government. But if they're going to come and spend their money here and get things built and provide jobs, I don't mind that so much. I can live with that.
But why can't we do that? So what I always find really interesting is they talk about, we're going to create all these jobs for British people. Certainly in the supply chain and things as well. Well, Rolls-Royce are building new reactors, and that's going to help all the jobs in Rolls-Royce. Okay, but we're building them to power a power station, to create energy in a power station that's owned by effectively another country. Why don't we control the whole of the supply chain? Why don't we have, a British-backed power company?
Well, we do.
Like?
We do. Great British Energy just doesn't do anything.
No, but what I mean is a power generating company. The power stations.
I think that's an ideological point in terms of, does the British taxpayer own it, or does a private company own it, or does a foreign? I don't really care who owns it.
No, I think it can be a private company.
It should be built here, ran here, and done here, because the other thing is our balance of payments, which affects the price of sterling, etc. The more we have to import,
absolutely,
the less tax take is done here. The lower sterling, the less confidence in Britain. Fucking stupid. But that's the big difference. Nobody in government thinks of these things because
why can't our government be buying shares in, or have bought shares in, a private company like EDF? I'm not saying EDF because that was, the big shareholder is the French government. But why are we not, as a government, having shares in those power generation companies? They can be private companies. So it's not about nationalising them.
Yeah.
It's about becoming a major shareholder in those companies, which is going to generate more revenue for the British government.
Yeah. I mean, we just need a massive strive to get on with it. Yeah. And also to keep what we do. We invent things here really well.
We do.
But most of it goes to either America or China, where they love their industry more. When someone does well here, we try and drag them down. When someone does well in America, they're on the posters. Well done, you.
You're quite right.
We're
constantly trying to jump on the next bandwagon. We're at the moment, we come from manufacturing.
We do.
Manufacturing is difficult in the UK now.
Yeah, of course it is.
The government have stepped in and taken over British Steel because it was struggling, and they're trying to renationalise it and so on and so forth. Because the government has spent so long going, we now need to be at the forefront of AI, or we now need to be at the forefront of technology. And they say, hold on. But because you're pumping all the money into that, you're forgetting about the fact that we were a manufacturing nation. We were supplying huge swathes of the world. We were exporting a lot. We're not particularly exporting a product if we're focusing all on, AI or technology things, because it might be incredibly expensive, but it's relatively low volume.
Yeah, we've got to export in services. I mean, we are world leading in that, and we should champion that and be proud of that.
But I think we should be exporting more physical goods as well.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. But our energy price is too high. Our staff costs are too high. And the price of space, land, factories, too high.
But things like the profits from energy pricing, because the energy companies are making huge amounts of money, where are they going? Oh, funnily enough, if you're a customer of EDF, they're going to the French government.
Yeah. But there's not enough...
Whereas they could be staying here.
There's not enough love for business here. The amount of firms leaving the FTSE 100 at the minute and going to America is embarrassing.
And I find it very embarrassing, considering the state of America at the moment under its current leadership.
I mean, the thing is, we are shit at just cracking on and getting things done now. Microsoft wanted to have their European head office in the UK. They like they can get quality staff, trained staff, good place to be. People want to come live here and work here, blah, 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 blah. They find some sites they wanted to build in. The national grid were going to take 13 years before they could hook them up. 13 years before they could start. So they went, okay, so they went to Spain.
Yeah.
We just need to be better at getting on with stuff.
We can get it done in 2 years, kind of thing.
Yeah, we need to pull your finger out and get on with it.
Absolutely.
And that will solve an awful lot of problems, I think. Less people will be out of work.
But then if we
and,
concentrated on those manual jobs in infrastructure, you know, if you like, I won't say, you know, too low skilled, but lower skilled jobs. We have high youth unemployment at the minute. And the young people that are struggling, yes, some of the young people that go to university and this, that, and the other are struggling, but actually young people that haven't gone to university are really struggling because there are less manual jobs. If we had more manual jobs, we might be able to create more products to build that infrastructure to accommodate the likes of Microsoft.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge balancing act when how much can government do when none of them have done anything other than being career politicians.
Absolutely.
And the national debt is what it is. If it wasn't a government, we'd be in bankruptcy court right now.
Yeah, yeah.
If it wasn't government, the fact the yields, 10-year bond yield is as high as it is quite worrying.
Yeah.
In terms of how Britain is perceived around the world, I can borrow.
Well,
I could with the CCJ on my credit report, I can borrow for a similar price to what the UK government can. What the fuck's that about?
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
It's mental.
Yeah, it's mad.
UK government who can print its own currency. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, what is the bond yield today?
Well, now you're going all technical on me.
Yeah.
You and your investments.
10-year gilts. Yeah. Oh no, and the Greek government borrow money cheaper than we do. We do. It's mental.
Yeah, it is bonkers. Absolutely bonkers.
So it's gone up 10% in the last year. 9.3%.
Yeah.
Is how the bond price has gone up in the last year.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, the highs of Liz Truss were long gone. This is way more. Yeah. Mental. Anyway, there we are.
Anyway, I went out.
That's politics and economics all done in half an hour.
I went out and I did some exercises there. I went out on my bike.
Yeah.
But the problem, when I got to the end of the ride, though...
We've heard about your bike rides.
Yeah, no, proper bike ride. Proper bike ride. It was nice. The only problem was, when I got to the end of the ride, no, the bike wouldn't stand up. It was too tired.
You'd bent it, would you? Yeah.
Too tired.
Good night.
What's your plan? Just before we go, what's your plans for the week ahead?
I've got a steady week, really. So last week I was in the factory a fair bit because I was up against it on a couple of products. This week we're not. I mean, we're still busy, but best thing I can do is stay out of the way. There's some growth plans where I've got some tasks to do. It is boring, mundane, ticking by. My kind of week, really. Hopefully nothing else goes wrong.
Yeah. Matches your personality.
Matches my personality, mate. Let's be dull and boring. I like dull and boring.
I know you do.
We don't do drama. We just quietly progress.
Hey, that's nice sometimes. Well, I'm going to Nottingham Pride.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go and put my rainbow stuff on.
You went last year, didn't you?
I did. I think it's awesome. Great day out. You should go. Take the kids.
No, that's right.
It is brilliant.
Well, so you can do the big question next week then if you take my kids with
you. Yeah, go on then. I'll take your kids.
What's a pronoun?
Well, I think on that note then, I think it's time to go. We will...
Time to go was before we got onto politics.
Well, yeah, true.
You should have wrapped up after half an hour, not rambled.
No, it's good. It's good for us to have a topic. And actually, we're talking about something that's current, which is unusual for us. We're usually stuck in the dark ages. So, anywho, if you have enjoyed remotely what you've been listening to, please remember to follow us on Spotify or wherever you listen. Don't forget, you can get in touch with your hints, tips, parenting stories, business stories by emailing podcast@parentingbusiness.com. And don't forget to leave us a 5-star review. And also, as another shameless plug, remember, it's -adogslife.co.uk. At checkout, use parent10 and get 10% off your purchase.
And just to add a couple of things just before we go, just briefly, we've been a little bit on politics. We know we have listeners in America and a couple of other places in Europe.
Yeah.
Write in with how you find it with your current government.
Yeah, that'd be
interesting. Because maybe
that'd be interesting to compare around the world.
Yeah, that'd be handy to know.
Yeah, okay. And on that note, I think it's time to say bye. We will be back next week with another episode, and we will see you next Thursday.